Hey guys, welcome back. I was debating making this video because I feel like it's almost a no-brainer, but sometimes I see people not really actually mashing it all, so I figured it'd be a good video to cover. So in this video we're going to cover the different ways you can mash your controller, as well as the things that I feel like are safe, when you should and basically shouldn't mash, and yeah, we're going to cover pretty much all the methods, and we even have Game & Watch in here because he's become much more prominent within the meta. He is considered, high to top tier. So good to know how to mash out of some of his stuff too, I suppose. So basically what mashing is when you take your controller and you simply mash the buttons to escape out of scenarios. Things like grab, which you'll see here. You can basically just press A and B and he'll let go. At low percents, you'll get out of it much easier. At high percents, mashing is much more difficult to get out of moves. But you can also get out of moves like Game & Watch's down smash, which also has a bury property to it. So when he buries you, you can mash and you will get out of it eventually. But what we're going to talk about is the way that I feel like is the safest way to mash, which is instead of actually using your A and B or your X and Y, because a lot of people when they think of mashing, they think of people who basically just mash A, B, X, and Y, and they take their thumb and basically run it across the controller as fast as they can. Or you can even mash by pressing L and R, like going back and forth between them. That's also another way you can do it. And the way you can tell if you're mashing is your character will start to kind of fight off being grabbed or whatever's going on to them. You'll start to see little bitty air rifts between the character, which is, I'll show you right here. If you see, kind of struggles right there. Let's see if I can do it one more time so you can see the air rifts. There you go. There's a little bit more. It's very, very faint, but you can kind of see it. But what I like about mashing, or not what I like about mashing, the style of mashing that I like does not involve pressing buttons, and I'll explain that here, which is if you actually rotate your control stick, do a full 360 a couple times, it'll actually get you out of the predicament that you find yourself in. So I'm going to show you that right here. Basically, you just take your control stick, 360 a couple times, you should be good. What I also like about that is if you happen to have tap jump off, meaning that you cannot tap your stick upwards to jump, if someone is grabbing you, you will not send yourself flying, which I think is way safer because you're not wasting your jump. I know back in the day, one of the favorite things to happen, or one of the things people like to do to Cloud was if he was going to be up off the edge, try to recover with it, they would grab him and basically not throw him at all and just force him to use his jump or something like that. And he wouldn't have a way to get back to stage safely, and he just died at a ridiculously low percent. That's one way this can actually help you because you're not wasting your jump. And to top it off, I feel like this is way better than actually mashing buttons, because, and this might just be me, but whenever I see people mashing their controllers, I get really nervous and kind of get some anxiety because I feel like at any moment the button might jam or it might actually like break the controller, which is very, very like a horrible thing to happen to you. It's money. It's pretty much money wasted. Maybe it's a controller that you had from your past that you really don't want to give up on. So I personally just like using the control stick more, but as I said before, if you are much more comfortable using X, Y, or A, B, or even L and R to do it, by all means go for it. But anyway, I hope this video helps some of you guys if you're interested in learning like different ways to mash or basically how to mash. I know a lot of new players typically don't do it. Whenever I face new players, if I grab them, they basically just sit there and take it, which it's a crappy feeling. So I hope this could help out a few of the new players, and even maybe newer players who didn't quite know you could do that to mash out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching.